Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be all about last month's reads. So I know, we're like halfway through September at this point. My birthday has come and go. I do have a birthday shopping, book shopping haul, and during it with friends and stuff. And then me and my mom also went, and I wasn't able to film that because she's not 100% comfortable with the camera being out and stuff. She's getting used to it, but she's still kind of unsure, and I don't want to make her uncomfy. So I didn't even pull out the camera. You can see on this shelf there's a lot that I got. One of those series she technically bought for herself, but it's open on my bookshelf. And she's like, "You're gonna get it anyways." I'm like, "Okay." And then I used my points to get another one of those. And then I also got the rest of the Twisted series. And then I also got the second book to the Wild Love series. And obviously I'll bring them out and show them to you after we get done with the actual purpose of this video. So this is my August reading wrap up. I have read a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've read a total of 9 books in the month of August, and one of them was a reread, and then the rest were not. Also, this is not the same edition of that book. I got the special edition when I went birthday shopping with my friend Haley. She let us get 2 books, and I used my points again to get the special edition of The Do-Over by none other than Lynn Painter. Absolutely freaking loved it. Okay, let's start in the romance area that doesn't have connected to the fantasy. Obviously, you can see they're all right there. I have nowhere else to set them up, and you can see that my a TV is, I paused the YouTube video that I was watching. So the 2 authors we have here are Lila Sage and Lynn Painter. Let's start off here. So this book is now damaged, and it's so sad. I was taking such good care of it, like I do with all of my books, and I had fallen asleep on the couch reading this because I was so tired. I had a really long day, and I have 30 pages left. So I had a page left of this book when I ended up actually falling asleep from absolute exhaustion. And the cover page got bent, as you can see. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a crease right here. And it's sad, but you can tell it's well loved. Okay. So we have Done and Dusted and Swift and Saddled. So this follows it's not this, it's technically they technically could be 2 standalone series, but they do interconnect with each other because it's within the same family and it's on the same ranch, and so it's better to read them together. I mean, it does say a series. It's the Rebel Blue Ranch series. But no, so this one, it is Clementine or Emmy Ryder, and it is also Luke Brooks. It follows them, and she comes home after leaving and starting kind of her journey on her own with doing with the rodeo and stuff. Hi, Phaedra! Hello! And I believe it's called barrel racing. But anyways, so something happens, and then another thing happens, and it was oh, she was dealing with so much, and she decided to come home to the Rebel Blue Ranch. And so she comes home. She doesn't want anybody to know she's there other than her bestie. And so she has her bestie. I cannot remember her bestie's name for the life of me. And it's something super easy, and I know it. Hold on. Gus hates her. Well, There's another book coming out, and I swear it's gonna be Teddy. See, that's what I'm talking about. But no, so Teddy knows, and then she takes Emmy to the Devil Boots. It's the Devil Boots. It's something like that. It's like the Devil Boots. Hold on. Yeah. It's too far. I mean, they talk about it so much. So why is it so hard to find it? Like in the beginning, because like it doesn't take long before they decide to. Yep, the Devil's Boot. I was right. The Devil's Boot. So Teddy takes her to the Devil's Boot, and obviously, like, she's dressed up and stuff, and she has a cowgirl boots on in the skirt and the top and everything, and Luke ends up, like, spotting her, and so he plays the, Clementine song, and obviously that, like, turks her off, but it's like it is brother's best friend falls in love with brother's sister type, and I'm just if I had to rate which one is better between these two, I would have to say I liked this one more because it was like I don't even know why, but I just like it's so nice. But so far, this duology that's going to be turning into a trilogy, you know damn well I'm going to buy that book when I have money when it comes out. But it's duology that is going to be turning into a trilogy. If you ever watched Heartland, it's a Netflix series, and well, at least that's where my whole family pretty much watched Heartland. It's so super wholesome, super sweet. Like there's things that happen. Like you watch them deal with some tough stuff as well, but then also just like add a little spice, like add a lot of spice. Anyways, and then we get to Swift and Saddled, and it's with another one of the Rider boys, and it is with Weston Rider, which you could classify him as a golden retriever, and this new girl that comes into town, and this new girl was like contracted out is like one of Teddy's friends, and she does like interior designing and all of that stuff. And Weston Rider was wanting to open up this like kind of like hotel suite type thing on the ranch, and it's called Baby Blue. And I mean, like it's super sweet. It's super cute and sweet. And that one's definitely more enemies to lovers, but she's like fighting her own demons, and so she's like, I can't. And I think what I really just irked me was like a point in this book, and I can't say anything about it because it technically spoils that happened in here. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? And I mean, like, obviously it got resolved, but but you also do see some of Clementine and Luke in there, and it's so adorable. Okay. The next one is by none other than Lynn Painter. And this is a do-over, and these are the sprayed edges, and it hasn't even been opened, let me tell you. Because I just got this. I got this Saturday. And so I gave my best friend, Evelyn, I gave her the other copy. Because she likes cutesy romances, but she also likes spicy adult romances that have fantasy in them. Because right now she's reading the Blood and Ash series, which I read that between the span of, I think it's like June and July. Or was it just July? I have no idea. I know I do have like a reading wrap up, but it's not on this channel. It's on Gatto's Bookish Haven, and I know I was talking about two of the books. Yeah, it was June and July because it was like one of the last two, I think. I don't even know. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So the do-over. It's kind of like Groundhog's Day meets Valentine's Day. And so the main character, Emily Hornby, she like meets up, like she gets all cutesy and ready with like her gift for her boyfriend at the time. And she's like a scholar, which like I'm not a scholar, like a valedictorian is how she is and like with her school and her grades and everything like that. And she gets to school and all of this stuff, and then she can't remember how she ended up outside, but she ended up outside. Oh, well, anyway, she ended up outside and saw that her boyfriend was cheating on her. She also crashed her car into the other main character's truck. Or was it he crashed his car? Either way, there was a car crash with Nick and Emily. Now, Nick is the broody, nobody understands me type, but like done well. The quiet soul until you get to know him. And so, pretty much what happens is she sees that her boyfriend cheats on her. And then, obviously, like, nobody picks up the phone when she tries to tell, like, her parents that, oh, I crashed my car. She gets home and then she finds out some news and she's like, I can't do this. So she ends up at her grandma's place. And so they're obviously cooking and stuff, and her grandma asks her to grab the pepper, and so she grabs the pepper out of the like curio cabinet type situation, and it ended up being really, really old pepper. Now I'm guessing like that was why the day was repeating, and I think that was why they put that little like snippet. And anyway, she fell asleep on her grandmother's couch and woke up back in her bed, and guess what day it was? It was then again Valentine's Day. It was February 14th, and it goes around and around and around. And it's like trying to break the cycle, but then I don't know. I can't tell you the whole book, but it is a really, really good book. And I do love the love interest, and it's another kind of like enemies to lovers type situation. And I was giggling, kicking my feet. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so adorable. It's very cheesy, but I like the good way of cheesy, not like the oh my god, this is so freaking cheesy. If that makes any sense. Where did I even put the? Oh, I put them right there. But to move on, we're gonna now get into fantasy romance type situation. So I'm gonna move that one there because we're gonna get into here. Now, if you haven't watched, I do have a review of the ACOTAR series up on my channel, and that one is not spoiler free. So if you haven't read ACOTAR, I guess don't go watch that. But just a quick review. I absolutely love this series, and I think I have a very controversial, at least with everything that I've seen. I love this little novella. I love it so much because everything that happens within these books, you kind of need just kind of a breather, or it's a little too much. You know what I mean? And that's what this gives you, and it gives you such insight, and you end up just like falling in love with it. But no, so you pretty much follow this girl named Feyre, and she ends up killing a fae in the woods. So she pretty much was like the huntress of her family, making sure that everybody was getting fed, and then she would sell like the pelts of the like animal that she killed at the market, and whatever money that she got, she used to help with her family. Her dad was a crippled and a no good father, and I mean, apparently I can't spoil any more than that. That's just like what you get in here, like the very first book. Like you kind of get to see her family life, and it's not the greatest. Her sis, one of her sisters is kind of aloof. She's kind of just there. The other one is very upfront, very bossy, very mean, very ugh. And then you move on, and like so she kills this. Like there's this deer and there was this wolf. She couldn't tell if the wolf was like what you'll find out are fae. She couldn't tell if it was a fae. And she's like, there's no way that it is. Like if you kill a fae, it's really bad. You're not supposed to. It also can track more fae to you. If that's like glitched out, it's because my phone said it was gonna die. So we have to be really fast about this. Anyway, so she goes, well, if I kill the deer, the wolf will come at me. So I have to do this right. So as soon as the wolf clamped down, like death blow on the deer, like mouth, neck type situation, she then shoots the wolf and kills the wolf. Well, severely injured to the fact of like the wolf is practically dead. So then she takes it with her and like obviously gets the pelt off, and then like Anyways, but then she goes and like to sell it. She ends up talking to this like assassin in a sense for like the rich, because like that's only people who can pay her fee. Anyways, so she ends up buying that from her, and then Feyre gets some kind of information. She gets back to the house, and then this Fae shows up, like busts through the door. It's like, you killed my best friend. Like, who killed him? And it's like, well, you went against the treaty. Rah, you have to come with me. Rah, rah. Takes her away. She finds out like the life of Prythian, which is like kind of like a Fae realm. There's different courts as well. It sounds really confusing. It's not that confusing. She kind of falls in love with him. Things happen. If you watch TikTok, you know that not a lot of people like this Fae. His name is Tamlin, FYI. He is one of the mains. And he is the High Lord of the Spring Court. You also meet Lucian, and he is since the fox, and that's what, and they all wear masks in the beginning. They all have masks on. And then she gets sent home, and then blah blah blah. Things happen. They're under a mountain. There's trials. She goes through the trials. She does things, and then you end up getting a different love interest. And then for a second, it's kind of like White Shoes, like for only a couple of chapters, I swear. And then she does choose, and then there's that, and then there's a war, and so on and so forth. Like I really can't keep going. But most of this is about Feyre and that other love interest. And he is the High Lord of the Night Court, FYI. Anyways, so this is like pretty much about them. This has some of it, but you kind of get more into one of like a couple other characters, and then that's what this book comes into, and it's those couple of other characters, and now Feyre and that one Fae are kind of like secondary background characters, even though they're very well into the book. So that is ACOTAR. Quick, hopefully non-spoiler. I tried my best. If you want more information about it and kind of like not spoiler free, go and watch that video. It is on this channel. It is also on the Grotto's Bookish Havens. Only reason why is because these two channels at one point are going to combine, and they're going to be one whole channel. I then immediately jumped into the Throne of Glass series. I read this book. I liked it. It wasn't bad. It had a little bit of world building, a lot of character building. Something happened in this book. Of course, the Sarah J. Maas. Something's always happening in this book. And I was like, okay. Took a few weeks off, which is kind of rare for me. And then I jumped into Throne of Glass. I'm like 4% way through Throne of Glass, and I'm like, I can't. I keep thinking about the characters from the beginning of this world, which is the ACOTAR series. And technically, this is all within the same world. So ACOTAR, Throne of Glass, and Crescent City is all within one world. And so it's like ACOTAR, and then you go back into time, and that's Throne of Glass, and then I think you go back. I haven't really honestly heard a lot about Crescent City because I'm trying not to be on that side of TikTok because that means I'm going to get spoilers. But anyways, then you get into Crescent City, and I believe it's more, I think it's present time or future time. I think it's future time because there is another book that's supposed to come out for ACOTAR. I don't really have high hopes for it, but if it does, I hope it is one of the other sisters and one of the other Inner Circle boys. Anyways, so I read this. Yeah. So then I jumped back into the Blood and Ash realm, and I went to the sister series. I tried to read the sister series before, didn't exactly love it because I had a whole like mindset of like what the sister series is going to be, that it was going to be a continuation of characters, and I'm like, technically it is. And I was super confused, and I was like, this makes absolutely no freaking sense, and I DNF'd it on the second book. Now I took a break, and I realized I kind of need to do this when I am so invested with characters. I need to take a break and go move on to something else, which with Blood and Ash, I moved on actually a lot. I really needed some because I went and I read both Lila Sage's books, The Do-Over again, and then ACOTAR, and now I'm back into this world. I am now on the third book, and there's now 4 because new one came out, and it's the new one is Born of Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. And so now I'm on the third book, and let me tell you, it is like a 5-star series. I absolutely freaking love it. And so just know that when we come back, and it is the next month, which will be October, spooky season, we're going to do September wrap up, and it'll be in here, and you'll get more information. And I probably will I have so much books that are just like, if I can get through Throne of Glass and Crescent City, I will pause everything else that is on my TBR, and I will do reread from book 1 of Blood and Ash to the end of the sister series and film it for you guys. And you guys can see my reaction through it all, because you know damn well I'm gonna still have the same reactions and be Gideon, just like, and like just frustrated and like, oh my gosh. But it's so amazing because the plot is so thick, and then you add in amazing freaking romance, and it's just like it's very well written. But at the same time, it's still like a 50-50. Like, you either like it or you don't. Like, there's no in between. If you go on TikTok, and you'll hear all about it. Anyways, so let's get to this haul portion of the video. I got the Binding 13 series by Chloe Walsh, and it's the Boys Tommen series. I got 1 through 5. Although I've been seeing, it's like, why are my books? They seem smaller than the ones that I'm seeing on TikTok, and I'm like, they are different editions. So I'm really hoping that I got the right thing, because it is the Boys of Tommen. It literally says the Boys of Tommen. It is the same titles. It is the same author, but there are smaller books other than book 4. Book 4 looks like the size of all the other books. Anyways, so I got that. This is with my mom. I got that using my points, and then my mom got the Flawless series by Elsie Silver. So that's what I got with my mom. And then with my mom and my uncle, because we went to the Olympia Farmers Market, and I was like, can we stop by Barnes & Noble? I have points. I really want to get the 2nd and 4th book of the Twisted series, because I accidentally got the 1st and 3rd before I realized, like, I knew I wanted the series. I didn't have my booklet where I had all the series written down. I was filming, so I couldn't really look at my phone. And so I didn't also pay attention to the fact that it says book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4 on the front of the freaking books. I'm a dodo bird. We all know this. But I got the 2nd and 4th one with my mom and my uncle, and I was going to use my points, and then my uncle ended up getting them for my birthday. And then obviously Wild Love, which was in the big haul. And then I got the Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver with my friend Haley as one of the books. And then I got Onyx Storm, which is the 3rd book in the 4th Wing series, pre-ordered as my 2nd book. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited about that. I'm just giddy all over again. Also, if you see behind me where the wild things are, my mom got me that book as a surprise, and I cried my eyes out. All of this would not be if it wasn't for that one. Just to let you know. That was the first book I ever read, and I loved it. And then I got into like Dork Diaries, and then I got into, I went there to Dr. Seuss, to Dork Diaries, and then I got into fantasy, which is Twilight, Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, Narnia. Like, it literally spiraled, and now we are here with just over 200 books, or just under 200 books. And I couldn't be more happy, and I absolutely love it. But that is technically all of the haul. I did a Stuff Your Kindle. Awesome. Let me just tell you that. Freaking awesome. There was a lot of books that I didn't really know, but I read the synopsis of them, and I loved them, and I got it, and I was like, I'm gonna read these. How long it'll take me to get to them, I have no idea. Okay, bear with me. I have no idea. We'll see about it when we get there, but I did. I got like 9 or 10 books on this Stuff Your Kindle. A lot of them are fantasy, and then we got some dark romance, and then we got some cutesy romance, and then we got a western romance, and then we got we got some horror and thriller as well. Yeah. Okay, so that's kind of everything, and thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, press the little like button. If you want to see more, press the subscribe button, and if you want to be notified about more videos that are coming up, press the little notification button, and then make sure to press that, go into it where it says all, so you can know and see when I upload all of my videos and keep up to date. Thank you guys. I hope you loved the video. Bye!